is a celebration right now throughout the NBA, and the party is being hosted by their pretend friends in the mainstream media. Celebrate the butt bungo! I have not seen Adam Silver this happy since Christmas morning 2002, when Santa left Alice his first complimentary tube of Preparation H. Headline at Yahoo Sports: NBA sees 84% jump in Christmas Day ratings, best ratings in 5 years. Headline at the Associated Press: 65 million tune into NFL on Netflix as NBA ratings also skyrocket. These people in the media are so full of shit. They consume so much of the shit sandwich, they can no longer tell the difference between the grilled turd and the grilled sausage. Someone please explain to me how the NFL drew 65 million viewers on Christmas, because I'm showing that the NFL averaged 24 million viewers on Netflix. Well, KC, what Netflix is actually saying is 65 million people watched at least a very small portion of both NFL games. So that's how we're determining ratings now. When someone accidentally clicks the wrong icon, when lonely women accidentally click the NFL instead of their preferred choice, Yuletide with the Yentas, Netflix is counting that as an actual view. There is no denying the fact that Christmas was a resounding success for the NBA. And look, I'm happy about it. I know I am highly critical of this league, but the reason I am so critical of the NBA, it's because I know how great the NBA can be. It's the same reason that I'm critical of the NFL. I'm critical because I care. I don't relish in the NBA's huge embarrassing failure like I do with the WNBA. I want the NBA to succeed. I miss the days when the NBA was great. And what we saw on Christmas Day, that is exactly what the NBA could be. That was the best day of the regular season that I have seen in years. And I'm not just talking about the ratings. The ratings are the symptom. Just like the ratings are the symptom when the product is bad, in this case, the ratings are the symptom because the product that the NBA offered, it was excellent. As I was watching the NBA on Christmas, and I watched 3 out of the 5 games, but as I was watching Lakers-Warriors on Christmas night, after witnessing 2 incredible games in Dallas and Boston, I kept coming back to the same question. How come we don't see this on a regular basis? If the stars in the NBA are capable of putting on this kind of a show, how come we only see it sporadically? Why don't we see this level of commitment for 82 games every season? Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Want to take a second just to give you guys a brief update on the schedule for the channel for the rest of the year. Schedule is going to continue to be a bit lighter. I'm taking a much needed break. It's going to be the only video today. I'm going to finish up the video for the Huge Embarrassing Failure Awards this afternoon, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I'm going to stay with this lighter schedule probably through the end of the year, but we will be back to 3 videos a day in the new year. All right, let's get to these ratings, and I'll tell you why this should be eye-opening for Adam Silver instead of celebratory. Matter of fact, if I'm Adam Silver, I would be pissed off. Christmas Day kicked off with Spurs-Knicks in the Garden. 4.9 million viewers, largest audience in the early window on Christmas since 2011. The game was simulcast on ESPN Dose with some doofus Mickey Mouse theme called Dunk the Halls or Grab the Balls. Who knows what it was called? Who fucking cares? It was yet another example of why ESPN has no business broadcasting this league. We'll get to that more here in just a second. Mid-afternoon window featured Anthony Edwards and the Wolves against my Dallas Mavericks. 4.4 million viewers, up 6% over last year. Sixers, Celtics, 5.2 million viewers. Lakers, Warriors, one of the best games so far this season. Hell, all 3 games that I watched on Christmas, they were some of the best games I've seen this year. Lakers, Warriors, 7.8 million viewers. viewers. Most watched game of the NBA regular season since 2019. The post-game generated headlines because LeBron James told Roger Goodell in the NFL in his post-game interview that Christmas Day belonged to the NBA, and I happen to agree. Problem is, the NFL has taken Christmas away from you. Question going forward, what are you going to do to take it back? Late game, Nuggets Suns, 3.8 million viewers, which was triple the size of the audience compared to last year. Overall, the NBA averaged 5.3 million viewers on Christmas, with all 5 games being the most watched games of the regular season. We are so back! Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes! Yeah, I would hold the celebration, Sparky. If I'm Adam Silver, while I would be pleased with these results, while I would be thrilled that my league is finally receiving positive coverage for the first time this season, if I'm Adam Silver, I would be pissed. I'll go back to the same questions that I asked earlier. Why are we not seeing this on a night-to-night basis? Why are we not seeing this level of effort, this level of competitiveness every night? What I saw on Christmas Day, that is the expectation. I don't care if you're playing in prime time on Christmas or if you're playing the pathetic Pelicans in the middle of January. The level of effort, the level of competitiveness that I saw on Christmas, that is the expectation for 82 games. Question is, why are we not seeing it? Why do we only see this level of effort occasionally? Better yet, why do you think we saw it on Wednesday, on Christmas? Because to me, it looked like the entire league was on a mission. Looked like every team, every star was playing like they had something to prove. Why? Theoretically speaking, the games on Christmas, they have the same impact as the games that are going to be played tonight. Whether you win or lose, it's one win or one loss. Same as the games last night, same as the games tonight. So, what was the difference? Why did it seem like the entire league had something to prove on Christmas? Maybe it's because they did. Maybe, just maybe. We saw that level of effort from NBA players because they were finally held accountable. We have been holding them accountable on this channel for the last 4 years, but it took the entirety of the mainstream media to start criticizing the NBA for the players to get their asses off the couch and put on a show. Isn't it amazing what can happen when players are held accountable? The thing is, it should not take the media holding them accountable for fans to see NBA players doing their job. That accountability, it should be coming from their commissioner. Going forward, the NBA should be held to the same standard that they set on Christmas Day. Obviously, there's going to be bad games, but I'm not necessarily just talking about the results. I'm talking about the effort. There are 52 weeks in a year. If I came on this channel 40 out of 52 weeks and I gave you guys 50% of my effort, if I came on here 40 out of 52 weeks and gave you average or below average content, you're not going to watch me. Every time I turn on that camera and hit record, you guys have expectations of me, expectations that I have set. If I started slacking off, if I quit giving a shit, you're going to find someone else that meets your expectations. And that is exactly what has happened the last few years to the NBA. For years, the players have not cared about the regular season. For years, fans have purchased tickets only to be disappointed when the team announces 30 minutes before the game starts that Joel Embiid is at home nursing the bruised caboose and will not play. People quit watching the NBA because the players told the fans not to watch. Well, KC, that's simply not true. NBA players have never told fans not to watch. Oh, yes, they did. Just because they didn't say it verbally, that does not mean the message wasn't communicated. Behavior is a language. Matter of fact, Behavior is often a hell of a lot more truthful than words. NBA players have communicated with their behavior that the regular season does not matter. Go watch games from October and November. Compare those games to what we saw on Christmas. And you tell me players are giving maximum effort on a nightly basis. I rarely do this, but I'm going to give Adam Silver a little bit of credit. Adam Silver did his job. He pulled off the greatest heist in American history. He swindled the networks out of $76 billion. For decades, the WNBA dump, they could not pay to get on national television. The dump was basically syndicated. They were broadcasting pretend basketball games on channel 55.4 in Gay, Georgia. The WNBA, they haven't even seen a picture of a peso in 30 years, while Adam Silver, he's getting $76 billion for the NBA. This league is giving players the opportunity to make generational wealth. Once this new television deal kicks in, we're going to see role players making $40-50 million a year. Superstar players, they're going to be making $100 million. We could eventually see billion-dollar contracts for superstar players in the NBA. Financially speaking, NBA players have every reason to perform. They have every reason to show up 82 games a year. The question is, will they do it? There is another reason why the NBA should not be celebrating their short-term success on Christmas. The NBA has a serious problem, a problem that for reasons unknown, they committed themselves to for the next decade. And they committed knowing that ESPN was a serious problem. What I'm about to say is nothing new to this audience because I have been saying it for years. ESPN's coverage of the NBA sucks. I mean, it sucks. All of it is trash. From the in-game broadcasters like Mark Jones, who? Mark Jones! Mark Jones! To the pre- and post-game show in the studio, ESPN's coverage of the NBA, it is far and away the worst coverage in sports. What ESPN presented on Christmas Day, it was an absolute embarrassment. It was some of the worst acting that I've ever seen. Day started off with Stephen A. Smith playing the role of a Knicks fan and the role of an NBA analyst. He was asked by Malika Andrews, who was playing the role of the host of this flaming ass fire, a role that she was playing poorly, although Malika Andrews is a hell of a lot better than Molly Caron, but that's like comparing the worst to the worst. That's like saying the flaming turd is better than the frozen turd with sprinkles. But Stevie, he was asked how the Knicks were going to stop Victor Wembanyama. What was his expert analysis? Put that camera on me, Stevie. I have a message for Karl Anthony Towns. Do something, damn it, to stop Wemby. Do something? You can only get that level of expert analysis from ESPN. At one point, they had Bob Myers on the show, someone who actually knows basketball and can explain it to the audience. Problem was, Stevie and Captain Doofus, Kendrick Perkins, they wouldn't allow Bob Myers to speak because they were arguing about Joel Embiid. At one point, they started debating about who was the better player, LeBron James or Michael Jordan. It was absolutely dreadful. It was painful to watch. I was actually embarrassed for the panel. ESPN's coverage of the NBA was so bad, I might dedicate an entire video to it tomorrow just to show you guys, because I got video clips of it, just to show you how awful this network is at covering sports, especially the NBA. But in the meantime, give me your thoughts. NBA was a success on Christmas Day. What this proved to me was that NBA players are not giving maximum effort throughout the season. The NBA that we saw on Christmas, that is not the NBA that we are getting on a nightly basis. Why? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. Best way to contact me is through email, btlkc84@gmail.com. I'll see you guys tomorrow.